Today we're here with Stéphane, who's the project lead and naval architect for the VMG 53 project at VPLP. Excited to have you here, Stéphane.
Thanks, yeah, it's amazing to be here. It's great to see the boat taking shape, see it in real life.
Awesome.
And yeah, it was a pleasure to come to Cape Town.
Awesome, glad to have you here. Stéphane, my first question for you is, maybe tell us a little bit about your role managing the VMG 53 project. Kind of what is your day-to-day from your perspective?
So my role is I'm the naval architect on the project and also project manager, so my role is to coordinate all the different skills we have at VPLP, the 3D modelers, the outside designers, the structural engineers, to coordinate their work to make the boat come to reality and then deliver, of course, all the structural drawings to the shipyard, and also coordinate with the shipyard and manage the delivery timeline with them, any issue they might have, and tweak the design, of course, depending on their specific needs and skill sets.
Okay.
And that's
Stéphane, we met about almost 3 years ago now when we kind of came into this project. One of the questions I'd have is, where do you see the evolution and how do you see the design has evolved from maybe those initial concept drawings towards now on the shop floor and seeing the product in real life?
I think when we look at all those preliminary sketches, we're really not far off. Like I remember those very first, very rough drawing Mike would make.
That's what we do.
And we'll say, okay, we'll try. We'll see what we can do. And I think we really reached a good product that really translate that initial vision, made it into reality, and really got the product that you guys wanted, that you guys had in mind.
Very much so, from concept kind of to real world drawings. How would you say the coordination between VPLP, EMM, and Thorn typically works as the project manager here?
Yeah, so about the communication on this project we have 4 main entities which have to coordinate together to bring this project to life. We have Christophe Chadala for the interior design. Yep. We have Thorn and design for the engineering, interior engineering and detailed design. Evolution Marine for building, and of course VPLP design for naval architecture and exterior design and engineering. Yep. So it's four different teams that some of them didn't know each other before starting the project. Christophe and ourselves, we knew each other already from working together on different brands together, and we kind of helped him get on board this one. Like we introduced him to you guys, and you clicked right away with him. So it was a real plus for the project to have that initial designer team already working so well together. And then the addition of Thorn was a great success. Like in the beginning, it was maybe not everybody questioned, is it really necessary to have an additional team on board? But they proved themselves to be invaluable and extremely skilled. Okay. And it was a real, and still it is a real pleasure working with them.
While I already can imagine the answer to this question, Stéphane, maybe walk us through some of the surprises that kind of happen as we go from conceptual drawings to shop floor drawings to actually producing, say, components, tooling, or actual product. What are some of the surprises or challenges that maybe stood out to you?
And the design itself, the specific layout of the boat with the forward cockpit, like really led to the challenge of how are we going to fit the dagger board? Where is it going to come out and stuff? I think we reached quite a neat solution with that. But then when it comes to the build, and we saw it and we discussed it earlier, visiting the shipyard with Oliver, there was no real snag for a first build for a boat that's so unique. Things went pretty seamless, and that's great to see.
That's about as much as you can ask. So being in the factory right now, we're standing just aft of what looks like the tender garage. Can you maybe explain to us, to the layman's eye, about what stage we're at in the build and kind of where and what happens next from this stage onward?
So right now all the bulkheads are fitted in the boat. Last floors we can see the tender garage is open. The floor of the garage itself is not fitted. It's coming next, and we've seen it earlier on the vacuum table. It's almost finished. And the deck is being laminated as we speak, and it will be dry fitted and bonded completely a bit later on. and then painting, fairing painting, and all the good stuff will start.
As you walked through the boat today and finally started to see the volumetric areas, going from conceptual drawings to working in, say, 3D software to actually seeing the boat in physical format, are there proportions or areas that maybe surprise you?
It was actually a good surprise to see the boat. Like when starting to design a trimaran, one always worries, are we gonna have enough room in the side hulls, like in the floats, in the armors? Like, are we gonna have enough volume, enough accommodation volume? And that was one of the key points of the project, to have a comfortable boat, but still fast. So we really had to find the right balance for that volume, and of course, more volume, the more weight penalty you have. And we worked a lot with you guys with the virtual reality to validate those concepts and see if we were hitting the right sweet spot in terms of comfort. And now we confirm it, being able to visit the boat for real, that we're happy with.
Being a lead, project lead and naval architect at VPLP, which we consider one of the most prestigious design offices in the world, you likely have the opportunity to go through a multitude of yards. What do you think some of the advantages we have here in South Africa and with our yard here at Evolution that we can use to our advantage with the boat? Or do you see any differences in, say, building this sort of product in Europe versus South Africa?
Yeah, coming to South Africa, you're able to find a shipyard that has all the capacities to build such a complex structure at a reasonable cost. The cost of doing the same thing in Europe, only shipyards making bigger boats do it.
Exactly.
And much more luxurious boats can afford this kind of structure.
Well, Stéphane, again, it was amazing to have you here at the factory.
It was a pleasure.
I think having the naval architects and the people who design and go from concept to production, come and visit the factory, be a part of, experience the team. I know you yourself have spent many years in South Africa, so we're, again, really excited to have you and excited for the future.
Yeah, pleasure was mine. Thanks,
Awesome.
Karl.